What if you could add apps to something like Claude AI that transforms it from just being a general assistant into a specialized tool for your coaching business? You want to design a professional workbook, maybe create sales page copy that speaks to different consciousness levels, maybe build interactive calculators or dashboards right inside of Claude. That is exactly what Claude Skills allows you to do. I'm Gabrielle, creator of Future Proof, the Evolution Lab, and today I want to show you how Claude skills work, why they matter, and how I use them to run my coaching business faster, smarter, and with way less stress. So I want you to think of Claude AI itself as the engine, and the skills are really the upgrades to our engine. So let's dive in. What are Claude skills? So let's start really simple. Think about your smartphone. Out of the box, it's useful, right? It's does a lot of things, but once you install apps, then it really gets more powerful. Say you've got Canva on there and you can create on the go. Maybe your Calendly's on there for scheduling, your ConvertKit for email or whatever. So suddenly your phone becomes a really powerful business tool that's tailored to you. And Claude works the same way. So on its own, Claude is already super smart and very versatile. But when you add these skills, you're installing like little apps that teach Claude how to perform certain tasks at a really professional level. And here's what's happening behind the scenes. So the skill is really just a package of expert instructions that tells Claude, what best practices to use for the specific task, how to structure your outputs in the way that you want them structured, whether that be professionally, always in this certain style or whatever that is, what kind of frameworks that it needs to follow, what mistakes to avoid. And so basically, all of this is really giving it a set of instructions so that you get a repeatable system that you can use all the time and get a consistent output. So it's really the difference between asking an LLM model to just make something really cool versus handing them a really detailed blueprint about how to do it perfectly. Now, a quick clarification because this matters. So, Claude comes with a small set of example skills that you can toggle on right inside the chat user interface, things like design tools and artifact builders, and I'll show you those in a second. But that is just the starting point. So, the real power is that you can create custom skills, meaning that you get to teach Claude your frameworks or, whatever it is that you do in your business on a regular basis that you need to replicate. You get to create skills for that to make it so much easier. And these skills, once they're uploaded, they live inside Claude, and Claude just knows when to call on them to bring them in based on what you're asking it to do. So the demo I'm about to show you is called the Workbook Designer right now. And this is a custom skill that I built specifically for myself. And then also, if you're in Future Proof, the Evolution Lab, and you're on the premium membership, you get this skill along with a bunch of others. But I want to show you the difference between having a skill that's trained and knows exactly how to do this versus asking the same exact prompt in ChatGPT. And what's interesting about this is it's going to tap into more than just that skill. It's also going to tap into my AI Coachbox brand skill because it knows that's where all my branding lives without me asking it to or anything to make sure that my workbook is on brand. So let's go over there and see how this works. Okay, so here we are over here in Claude. And first we're going to go down to the settings because I want to show you where you can find the other skills that are already inside Claude automatically. So in settings, you're going to scroll down to capabilities. And you scroll down a little bit here till you see skills. So these are repeatable, customizable instructions that Claude can follow in chat. If you want to learn more about the skills, you can click there, go learn more about them. These are all my custom skills, but these are example skills that come out of the box with Claude, and you can toggle these on or off. Like Anthropic has their brand guidelines in here. Canvas design, which is creating visual art. Skill creator. So this will help you build your own skills. You can call this in to build your own skills. Theme Factory, a toolkit for styling artifacts. Web Artifacts Builder. These are definitely two that I would have toggled on. Artifacts, I'll save that for another time, but another very powerful thing that Claude can do is build artifacts inside Claude that really act like interactive tools that can save information. For example, creating dashboards, creating metrics trackers, like I track all of my meta ads in there. Really, really useful. You can create tools for clients to use, etc. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to show you that that's where the skills live inside Claude. So let's go to Claude. And I just did this. Let me see. It's right here. I did this because it does take, I think it probably took about 5 minutes for Claude to actually build this, but you can go do other things while it's working and then come back and it's all done for you. So I'll just show you what I said and we're going to walk through what Claude did. This is what I said. Hello, Claude. Please create a workbook for my 5-day client onboarding excellence challenge. Each day needs teaching content, reflection questions, and action steps. Make it look professional. That is the only thing that I said to Claude. The rest is just all Claude working. So let's see what Claude did here. Identify the workbook creation request and strategize for a professional design approach. Okay, so it's like, all right, that's clear request to make a document. I should use the workbook designer skill to create a professional branded workbook. Let me first read the skill. Done. Okay, I'm going to create your workbook. Let me start by reviewing the workbook design guidelines. And then it comes down here. It read the workbook skill, found the proper design skill. It's reading the skill file. Perfect. Now it understands the workbook designer skill, which emphasizes being consultative, creating custom designs, using proper typography, creating a custom design philosophy, professional sophistication design. Okay. Let's see. However, the user has already asked me to create the workbook directly without asking for visual references. Given that I know the user runs AI Coachbox and has brand information in my memory, the AI Coachbox brand skill that I've also uploaded, I should check if I have access to their brand guidelines first. So it does. Excellent. I have access. Now it's going to read it. Viewing the robot assets to potentially incorporate them. Yada, yada, yada. Checking robot. Okay, great. I had the brand guidelines. Okay, now it's creating the structure. It's got my colors right here. Considering using a robot mascot, it didn't when I brought it up, but let's see. But wait, the workbook designer skill has specific fonts and Canva fonts. Da, da, da. Let me see what fonts are available. So you can just see all that it is thinking through, and it says, perfect. I have your guidelines. I'll create a professional workbook in your brand colors and aesthetic. Let's see. So now it's creating the workbook. It's installing the required packages for PDF generation. The packages are installed. Let me continue. So you can just see that it is just getting, okay, it's going over what the questions need to have done. Let me create the proper configuration file for the workbook generator. Perfect. The workbook has been created. What's inside? And then this is what it gave me right out of the box. Now I haven't changed anything. You can see I've not prompted it to do anything else. I could certainly add a photo. I could just upload a photo and say, please use this photo on the cover page. But you can see how well designed this is. So the first go, this is what I get. You can see it's got my AI coach box at the bottom, foundation. And then this is what I want to show you is it even builds like worksheet questions that these are editable so that people can type in it, how you used to have to go to Adobe Pro in order to make a PDF editable. You don't anymore, not with Claude. So you can see that, got the reflection questions, pretty decent workbook. And if I want to refine this and go back and forth with it, I certainly can. But I wanted to show you what it looks like when you actually download it so you can see that it really is editable. I can say, hello, how are you? So all of these reflection questions you can actually type in here, and that makes it really, really nice. Okay, so just an example. I tried this over here in good old ChatGPT, same exact prompt, and it said, got it. I'll give you something you can use and something you can drop into Canva, Google Docs, Kajabi, PDF, and Brand later. So ChatGPT will give you content, but ChatGPT doesn't create assets for you, like PDFs, workbooks, artifacts. So big difference there. Okay, let me highlight one more skill that I want to share with you that is really, really helpful when it comes to creating sales copy, sales page copy, or even ads, for example, if you want to test attracting different consciousness levels. And so there's these levels of consciousness that is taught by Fred Dodson. And if you think about that, it's kind of like you've got people in a reactive mode, you've got people in a willful mode, like I'm going to make this happen mode. You've got intellectual people that need logic to make their decisions, and you've got the intuitive crowd that really just speaks more to like this really resonates with me. And so that is different kind of copy that is going to speak to a different kind of person. So depending on who you want to attract into your business, or if you're testing ads and you want to test different levels of consciousness, I created a consciousness-based sales page creator, and it's super useful. So basically, instead of having to do all this yourself, you can go, I'll give you an example of this. Let's say I'm going to go to Future Proof. So I'm just going to go to Future Proof and I'm going to grab the About page copy and then come back. That way we've got a little something for it to work with. I'm going to say, hey, Claude, can you please create 3 different versions of copy for my future-proof about page? One speaking to the intellectual consciousness level, one to the willful consciousness level, and one to the intuitive consciousness level. I'm going to share the copy that I have now, and then you can use the sales page or the consciousness-based sales page creator skill to create 3 different versions. So then we're just going to paste the about page copy that I have on there now, and let's see what different versions we get. So we're going to see what Claude is doing here. Thinking about adapting, I'll help you create it. Let me first check the skill to ensure I'm applying the framework correctly. So it's accessing the skill again, reading the main skill file. Perfect. Now I have the framework. Claude always thinks I'm a man because my name's Gabriel, even though we've discussed this before. Come on, Kitty. You're not supposed to be in the video. Okay. So we've got the version 1, intellectual consciousness. Now, if I wanted to change my about page copy to speak more to the intellectual crowd, here's what's happening in the coaching industry. The traditional model where your business depends on your constant availability is becoming unsustainable. The alternative approach is straightforward. Build AI tools and systems that extend your intellectual property. Okay, here's exactly what you build. Okay, it's kind of like pretty similar to, I feel like, how my copy is now. Okay, so here's the willful consciousness level. Dominate your niche while your competitors burn out. So this is like willful's very competitive nature. The old coaching model's dying. Most don't see it yet. So you can see very different vibe for this. Okay, this is beyond ChatGPT. This is about building real AI tools for serious coaches who don't want to be left behind. Okay, now here's the intuitive consciousness level. Your coaching business in alignment with what's emerging. Something is shifting in the coaching world. This is more my kind of copy, I feel like. Endless content creation, losing resonance. Many of us feel it. Coaches who are finding peace and sustainability are doing something different. So you can see it's speaking to a very different crowd. So anyway, simple skill, but because of the skill and knows how to do this every single time, I don't have to explain it to it. I'm just like, give me the 3 different levels of consciousness based on the skill that you have. And this works for sales page copy, meta ads, really anything that you want. And then really before I wrap it up, I want to come in here and show you some of the skills that I've created for myself. AI Coach Box brand, the artifact builder, consciousness sales page creator. This is a quality control enhancer because if I'm vibe coding apps, then I can have this come in and look at the code and make enhancement suggestions for what I'm building. Competitive ads extractor. This extracts and analyzes competitor ads from other libraries to understand what messaging problems and creative approaches are. So, I mean, quite a few. I've got some that are turned off right now. I've got some that are turned on, but you can see that you can do quite a bit with this. Curriculum architect, if you're trying to build a course or something like that, that is an amazing skill to have. The file organizer. This actually, you would need to use Claude Code to do this because it actually organizes the files on your laptop and desktop, and you can't do that through the regular chat. But this brainstorming skill, super underrated. I created the skill, and I'm telling you what, like we all brainstorm with AI. That's part of what we do. But when you have a skill that's trained on how to extract and ask you the questions that you don't think to ask for yourself, you come out with a much better outcome. And anyway, if you want to access some of these skills, oh, here we are, inside Future Proof at the $47 a month level, you can get plug and play skills, or you do get them, I should say. You get custom GPTs, Claude skills, and web apps and artifacts. But since we're on the skills topic today, these are the ones that are currently in there, and new ones are added every single month. You can download them, use them for yourself. You can resell them and white label them if you prefer. It's up to you. But anyway, I hope that you tap into the power of using these Claude skills because it is a complete game changer from using just ChatGPT. This is next level. This is actually leveraging your time. This is where you can create tools that help your clients get better results with what you're already teaching them and what you're already coaching them around. So thank you so much for watching. If you got something out of this video, please hit subscribe, like the video. I am not super consistent. I know I'm trying to get better with that, but I really do want to help you work smarter, not harder in your business.